following podcast contains jokes and laughter, but we want to make it clear that humor is never at the expense of the victims or the tragedies discussed. If you enjoy a blend of comedy and true crime, you found your podcast. However, if you're easily offended, this might not be the right fit for you, and that's perfectly okay. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to Melanin Mysteries, where we dive into the cases that don't always make the headlines, but definitely should. I'm Tiffany, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host,
Willie,
who has promised to be on his best behavior this episode, but we'll see how long that lasts. So we will be using the word allegedly a lot in this case due to a lot of the information has been given to us via an anonymous source, and none of this was documented, and we don't want any type of legal action or backlash. Can't afford it. So today we are covering the tragic case of Davon and Lechea Crawford. But before we get into it, we do want to give a heads up. This case involves violence against children, so listener discretion is advised. And like I said, this case was recommended to us by a listener who was close to the offender, which is to remain anonymous. And I was also able to get a lot of insight from the victim's family as well. So I hope you either have a really strong cup of coffee and you may need to spike it if it's the morning, or go ahead and grab a shot of the horrors if it's the evening. Or hell, with this one, nobody's going to judge if you just choose to go the it's 5 o'clock somewhere route. So let's get into it. So it's Saturday evening and you're chilling at home, maybe catching up on your show, sipping some wine with your boo. Next thing you know, you hear screaming and glass breaking. Your son and his wife and his kids live upstairs in your two-family house. So you and your man run upstairs. And what you see will be seared in your mind for the rest of your life. You see bodies on the floor. Bodies are everywhere. And there's just so much blood. You're in shock. And then you see your son coming out the bathroom holding a gun. And he just doesn't look like himself. He looks off. And you just pray that you won't be his next victim. And then he takes off and runs out the house.
What's the problem? How many patients? Okay, sir, the fire department and EMS are on the way, okay?
House.
Okay, we have a hometown case. Now, when I say hometown, I'm talking about me and Tiffany hometown back in Cleveland, Ohio. The date is March 5th, 2009, and the 911 call came in around 8 p.m. for multiple gunshot victims at a home near Detroit and West 89th. Officers arrived first, and they quickly realized they have a homicide case on their hands. So there are 3 victims at the scene deceased, and there was 2 other victims that had been transported to the hospital. Detective Tim Enoch, I probably butchered his name, but whatever, and their partner Tom Armili arrived to the scene around 8:27 p.m. Now, when they get to the house, they notice that there are no signs of forced entry on a 2-family house. So they see it's a 2-family house. And they are started, headed upstairs. They got to do their investigation. And they had a first responders walk them through what they found when they got in the house. Now, unfortunately, there was a woman near the doorway and she had been shot. They don't know how many times she was shot, but she definitely was shot. But there was some shell casings near the body. Then they found, and this is a heartbreaking part, they found 2 small children in the bathroom who had also been shot in the head. Now, when they checked for a pulse, there were none, and there was no respirations, and there was a shell casing on the bathroom floor and a bullet defect on the tub.
So by the time the detectives had gotten to the scene, EMS had already taken another adult woman and a toddler to the hospital. There were large areas of blood left where they had previously been, and there was one more child that was also taken to the hospital with injuries. So CSI made it to the scene next, and the tech's name was Darren Robinson. He noticed in the hallway going up the stairs a blood smear and blood in the entryway on the floor. So as I'm sure you can imagine, this is a gruesome scene. The officers literally said it was one of the absolute worst scenes they had ever come across. So CSI, they found a 40 caliber Magnum bullets in the dining room on a table, and there was also a gun found in a bedroom under a pillow. So they're still going through the house to see what else they can find. There's also a 3rd floor apartment, so they go up and they check that out. And up there, they found a .357 Magnum in a nightstand and a round live of bullets on the bed. Who just has bullets sitting out like that?
I mean, niggas. Niggas, they do.
Oh, okay. So their first clue, they found a work jacket with the name tag Ed embroidered on the chest. So while CSI is doing their once with the house, another set of detectives are canvassing the neighborhood because this was a lot of commotion and somebody had to have heard something.
True. Now, this is so crazy. I'm telling you guys, this is a fucked up ass case. Excuse my French, but it is. The crazy part is I don't remember. Do you remember this case at all?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't remember this at all. And I'm trying to think about what I was doing in 2009, right? 2009?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
I can't remember.
I was in Columbus. You know what? I might not remember because in 2009 I was in Columbus.
Oh, okay.
That might
Yeah.
be
No, I was in
why.
Cleveland, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe, and I don't know because I mean, yeah. But anyway, one member says that he saw a child standing outside near a car and asked if he was okay. He said the boy asked if he can use his phone because he needed to call his stepdad, and he kept screaming, "My mom got shot." Back inside the house, a call comes in from the hospital, and the injured young man, unfortunately, he was only 7, and he was in and out of consciousness. But he did manage to tell the hospital staff, Daddy did this to everyone in the house. So now the question is, who's Daddy? Like, who the fuck would do something like this? Is Daddy Ed? Because remember, they found that jacket upstairs, so they don't know if it's Ed or whatever the case may be. So Detective Hank was searching the house trying to find out who Daddy could be. And he comes across some mail with the name Davon Crawford on it. So Davon Lamar Crawford was born March 2nd, 1976 in Cleveland, Ohio, to his parents Fred and Renee Crawford. Renee, whatever. He grew up in Garden Valley. And if you're from Cleveland, you already know. Garden Valley ain't shit. Let me tell you a quick story. I got robbed by a nigga with one arm in Garden Valley. This is so silly. That I was so shook that the nigga, knows that had me hold the gun while he was searching my pockets. I'm not making this up. I was scared as a little kid. Yes. And he robbed me and took off on a bike in Garden Valley. It's really bad in Garden Valley. Did you ever go to Garden Valley?
Hell no, I ain't fucking with you. Don't fuck around down there. That's
So
the
Garden Valley
project
is
for
like the
real.
green,
Like
if you live in
project. You ain't
What'd
go
you say?
down there. That's the projects. You can go
Yeah,
down
nigga,
there.
like you got projects, then you got projects, nigga. This it's bad as shit down there. Like
What
down
was they
on
tore it
Garden Valley.
down now?
Hell yeah, they tore that shit down. They had to. They police wouldn't even fuck around over there. So you didn't mess around down there anyway. And as a child, he was described as a busybody, but smart. He got good grades. He was the only child. He did have an impulsive side, protective nature. He could sing and was soft spoken until he got comfortable, and then they say he was a jokester. He did have a rough upbringing. He started with a criminal record early. Devon caught a juvenile case for receiving stolen property, a motor vehicle, and failure to comply with a police officer.
So in 1995, he then ended up serving 5 years for involuntary manslaughter charge. So allegedly, the case was self-defense, and at the time in Ohio, there was no actual self-defense law. That law didn't come in until 2008, which is when the Castle Doctrine was implemented, which allowed individuals to use force, including deadly force, to defend themselves in their homes or vehicles without a duty to retreat. But outside of those places, individuals previously had to attempt to retreat before using force until the 2021 Stand Your Ground law eliminated that requirement. Ohio be behind in every fucking thing. So 5 years was the minimum sentence. And again, I'm going to say it. Allegedly, what happened with this event and he ended up serving time was he was dating a woman and the relationship was fairly new and she was being threatened by her ex. And the ex happened to come to her house, kicked in the door, and he starts choking the woman.
Damn.
So Divine Heat jumps in trying to help the lady and him and the nigga get to tussling. So the dude, friends was with him. They jumped in. And then there was another man who was at the house, inside the house, who actually handed Devon the gun. And Devon shot the man 5 times.
That's not like Cap.
Huh?
That's not like Cap. Like, here, nigga, they shoot him. That's not like Cap.
Again, I'm just relaying the information that was given to me. Like I said, that's why I said allegedly. I'm just relaying information.
Oh, so your
yes. This is the information
person.
I was told. Yes, this was nothing documented. This was information that was told to me.
Okay, so it might be wrong.
Okay. So anyway, the man's family supposedly lived like a few blocks over, and they said they drugged this man back to his family's house and left him there. And allegedly, before he shot the man was using his own son as a shield.
Damn.
Like, what type of nigga are you?
So he was using his son as a shield while they were shooting at him. Why
I
the
don't know if
fuck
it was
would they keep
before.
shooting at him?
No, I don't know if it was before, like he was like when he pulled out the gun. I don't know if he like grabbed his son and put him in front of him, like, please don't shoot the baby. I don't know. Like that part was not clarified.
I know that boy was like, "Dad, you a bitch."
He's like glad he was dead after that. But anyway, so when they dropped the nigga off, a family member ended up flipping the man over and he choked on his own blood and died. So they weren't actually sure if the death was caused by the gunshots or if it was due to him being flipped over and that's why he choked on his blood and died. We don't know. So that was how he ended up getting the manslaughter charge. He did take a plea deal for that, and he did apologize to the victim's family for their loss, but he did say, quote, I did what I had to do.
I mean, but damn, they shot that nigga. He shot the nigga 5 times. Y'all think that's excessive?
I don't know, because we don't know. Was the nigga still advancing towards him? I don't know. Was nigga have a gun? I don't know. I wasn't there. But anyway, he was released on parole in 2000.
That sounds suspect to me. But who am I? Anyway, he got married to his wife, Bridget Hunt, in July 21st, 2001. Seemingly, trying to get his shit back to get on track, trying to get his life in order. He was working. He and Bridget had 2 sons, Khalil and Davion. Things are looking good and on the up and up until they weren't. So in March 2002, Davon caught another charge. This time it was for an altercation between him and Bridget, and he ended up firing a gun in the house. So obviously the nigga got an issue with guns, right? So allegedly he shot at Bridget and their children were present. This nigga, he was charged and pled guilty to felonious assault with a firearm specification, domestic violence with a firearm specification, endangering children, and having a weapon while under disability, which basically means you either having a weapon while you're on probation or if you got a felony. And failure to comply with order/signal of police officer. So he was sent back to prison. Unfortunately, I couldn't find how long he was sentenced to, but around March 2005, Davon wrote a letter to Judge Michael Russo petitioning for his earlier release. He apologized for firing a gun in the house and said, quote, I made an insensible choice in a moment of anger that could have actually cost me my wife and children. I now realize that when I make bad, impulsive decisions that do not hurt only myself, but that I hurt everyone that loves and cares for me as well, and especially my children. He then went on to say, quote, I swear to you from the bottom of my heart that I will not let you down, let my wife down or children down, or especially let myself down. He said that his wife had lung cancer and that he had a job and supporting family waiting on him. His wife and mom both wrote letters on the behalf. He took anger management courses and was studying to become a dental lab tech. Now, 3 months later, his wife Bridget filed divorce on June 10, 2005, and it was granted December 22nd, 2005. And there she go. I am actually proud of her for doing that shit. Because once the nigga shoot at you, huh?
Don't get too excited.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, she took the step. Now, it's a possibility she could have took some steps back, but she took that step because my thing is, the nigga shooting at you, the motherfucker got problems. I'm sorry. Nigga, I ain't been that mad. Know what I'm saying? That I shot at somebody. Know what I'm saying? But anyway, maybe Judge Russo needed time to think about the release because he didn't jump to make a move as quickly as Davon would have hoped because he sat for almost 2 years before being released on parole, and that was in 2007.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Jennifer Hunter of B2B Realty is here to guide you every step of the way. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, a seasoned investor, or looking to sell for top dollar, Jennifer brings expertise, dedication, and results. So give her a call or text. You can reach her at 216-308-0986. Send her an email at jennifer@b2b realty.com, and that's the number 2, and follow her on social media, The Real Estate Hunter. So, little random story. Back in 5th grade, my teacher, her name was Miss Russo, right? And Judge Russo was her uncle. And I'll never forget, we went on a field trip to go meet that nigga, and she was so proud. And I just remember like, I wonder how many of my classmates gonna end up before this dude one day.
Exactly, man. Yeah, man. And they did a special on a podcast actually called Serial, and I told you about it, and they talk about all of the judges and how majority of the judges like are like Irish names, like
Mhm.
O'Malley, Russo, or, all that and everything, and how corrupt and racist they are.
I don't know, but I mean, just think about it. Like that nigga's still a judge. Ain't he still a judge to this day? I believe he
Yes,
is. And
yeah, that
again, I
nigga's
met
still a
that nigga when I
judge.
was in 5th grade, and he was old then.
Yes, and they be letting these niggas sit on a bench. I mean, you know what
So
I'm saying?
they
Sit up
die.
there. Yes, till they old as fuck. And then the half of the time, these niggas, they probably be having dementia, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And then they get old and bitter and mean and shit like that. So, I don't know. But
There should be an age cap.
yes, I agree.
But so anyway, after Davon was released, he met and fell in love with Lachea, whom everyone called Keisha. Now, Lachea Wiggins was born to her parents Margaret Wiggins and Lamar Arnold on April 25th, 1978 in Cleveland, Ohio. She had 3 sisters, Rose, Keisha, and Kiki, and a few siblings as well. She was described as outgoing, the life of every party. She was a great mom and sister, and they said she would fight in a heartbeat, though. So Keisha, she had 2 children from a previous relationship, 2 boys, Stephen and Kamar. And she and Davon met through a mutual friend in 2007. So from what I was told, Davon bought his boo Keisha a car. He was working at Euro USA and was doing well for himself. Now, we all know how relationships can be. Not a single one is perfect.
Amen.
So it was told to us that the relationship was toxic. And from what I can see, seemed like it was like on both sides.
Hey, man, sometimes toxic relationships it depends. The sex is good in toxic
I would have said the sex is
relationships.
good, but
Yeah, the sex is good, but all the other bullshit, it don't be worth it.
So it's like they said that Keisha would sometimes make Davon walk home from work. And then it was alleged that Keisha pulled a gun on Davon in either May or June of
them niggas was made
2008,
for
and the
each other.
family advised him to leave the relationship. Now remember, the key word in this entire case is allegedly. We are just relaying information given to us for this case, so do not come for me.
And look, this is the crazy part though. This nigga shooting at bitches, and they told him that he need to leave the relationship because how crazy her ass is. What? Who the fuck be pulling gun? I mean, well, we know. Why
Fuck it, I
pulling?
know you ain't about to ask who's pulling guns. The one who shall not be named. You almost lost your life that day. We let him be here right now.
Saying, damn, nigga, put the gun. And it's not that goddamn serious, man. Y'all just some gun toting, rooting, shooting. Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
And so, we were told that Keisha and Davon, they did separate at some point, but then Keisha found out she was pregnant, and both of them were like super excited to welcome a baby girl since they both only had boys. So the couple welcomed Layla in December of 2008. But after the new year of 2009, comes some more drama, and allegedly, Keisha pulls a gun out on Davon again.
Damn.
And they said that, again, the word is allegedly. We don't know. We wasn't there. And they said around Valentine's Day of 2009, Keisha had bought that 40 caliber gun. Remember we said that was found?
Yeah.
In the house. Okay, right. Keep that in mind. So, but they were like, both like, you know what, babe, we got to get this shit together. We going to do this thing and we going to do it right. We got a baby. We got to get this shit under control. Like, let's go ahead and get married.
Okay, let's stop right there. What the fuck? So y'all nigga were just pulling guns out on each other, which was less than a month ago because it was near Valentine's Day. It's March, and y'all decide the answer to all your issues is to get married.
That usually be the solution. What's the problem?
Oh, you right.
I'm saying, I'm not saying me. No. I'm just saying, but people think that.
Oh, you made me nervous.
It's a very.
What the fuck wrong with you?
No, I mean, but that's a very common thing. Like people like feel like.
We
get married.
Let's break it down. If you guys have any issues in your relationship, I don't care if it's cheating, if it's abuse, if it's money, nigga, marriage only intensifies it. It doesn't get better. It doesn't get better. Getting married is not a
Band-Aid.
Bad day. No, fuck up. Yeah, you're right. Bad day. My bad.
Surgery.
It's certain. No, that shit. If you got a cut, nigga, that shit is gonna turn into a open wound. Like real talk. So just don't get married if you got issues.
And that's not to say that nobody has issues, but I'm just saying like issues that you know need to be worked out
Issues. Y'all
before.
niggas pulling, y'all pistol whipping each other and shit like that. Nigga, them are serious issues. I'm not talking about y'all had disagreements, nigga, but yeah, the disagreement shouldn't go both of y'all motherfuckers having a standoff with guns. You know what I'm saying?
Celebrate your graduation in style with My Crafting Dreams. It's graduation season, and My Crafting Dreams has everything you need to make your big day unforgettable. From custom backdrops and banners to personalized senior clothing, grad cap toppers and stoles, we've got it all. And special graduation packages are available. Whether you're looking to add a personal touch to your celebration or need a complete graduation setup, we offer custom packages to fit your needs. No detail is too small for us to help bring your vision to life. Did I mention shipping is free anywhere in the US on all grad orders? So make sure you visit us at mycraftingdreams.com. Follow on social media, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, My Crafting Dreams, and start creating your perfect graduation experience. Right. So anyway, they go ahead and they get married
What
on
the
March.
goddamn kids was that?
What did I do with anything?
Sorry, I just felt the need to say that. I was like, where the kid when they was pulling guns. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know. But anyway, they got married on March the 2nd, 2009. They went down to the courthouse. And this was also Devon's birthday, for what I understand was like a spur of the moment decision. So they are now officially Mr. and Mrs. Davon Crawford. Now keep these dates in mind because remember, the murders occurred on March 5th, 2009. They got married March 2nd, 2009.
God damn, man. That was. Let me be quiet. I said I'd be good. All right, so let's switch back to the crime scene. They now know who they are looking for, and they call in to get a trace on Devon's phone records, since they have his phone number to see if they can potentially pinpoint where he may be. And then an officer finds a young man that was able to escape and get away. His name is Steven. He told officers that Keisha was his mom. He said that when Devon came in, my mom was cleaning and they just started arguing or whatever the case may be. And then she got up talking and he started to jerking and pushing her against the wall. You know, that old toxic shit that toxic niggas do. Then my mom called my auntie Rosie and told her, come get the kids. And then she went in the room packing our stuff. Then he went into the room, locked the door for a while, and came out with a gun and then started shooting. You know, I guess he's trying to shoot at the mom, right? So Steven said he jumped on Devon to get him off his mom. When he couldn't help her, he ran out the house and down the street. He said that Devon followed him out the house trying to shoot at him. That's some bitch shit. I'm sorry. That's some whole shit. That like what the fuck, my dude? Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, like niggas kill me. If you got that much anger or whatever, like, okay, if you beefing with old girl, now granted, Keisha don't deserve to die. You know what I'm saying? But why the fuck is you shooting at children now? Like, my nigga, that's some bitch shit. I'm sorry. My bad. Anyway, he said, of course, he followed him out the house trying to shoot him. And then that's when he told someone to call the police. They asked son about the man Ed that lived upstairs and if he knew anything about him. Steve didn't know anything about Ed, but son was able to ID the victims in the house. When I say son, I'm talking about Steven. As we said, his mother, Keisha, which is Lachea, his auntie Rose, who later passed at the hospital, Destiny and Dion were the babies found in the bathroom. Davion, who was the other baby shot, also passed later at the hospital. Kamar, Keisha's other son, was shot in the neck but was suspected to survive. This is horrible, man. Like this, I'm sorry. You know, anytime I do a case and it's involved a murder of children, that shit, it does something to me. Like real talk. That's just, yeah. It's like there is a special place in hell for that nigga. I'm sorry. Don't look.
I have nothing to say because
I mean, it's real. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, nigga. It's a special place in hell, nigga. Know what I'm saying? For people that hurt children. It's a special place in hell, man. Know what I'm saying? Real talk. It is. So I'm not exactly clear if Rose was at the house already when Keisha called, like she was in another room or, you know, she was on her way there if she was living there. Tiffany's source said that Rose and her children were temporarily living with Keisha and Devon at the time.
Yeah, but like then the Crime 360 episode kind of made it seem like she wasn't there. So I wasn't too clear on that. But
Yeah.
anywho, let's talk about the victims for just a moment. So Rose Stevens, she was born June 17th of 1983. And we already discussed her parents and siblings because they all had the same parents and siblings. So Rose was described as a social introvert, but she was really outgoing and she was a great mother and a great provider.
Rest in heaven.
And then Dion Ricardo and Davion Ricardo Prim were twins born February 2nd, 2007. So they had just turned 2.
2-year-olds.
And they
What
were,
the
oh my God, they were
fuck?
so freaking cute. Like they were
Yes,
the
I saw.
cutest little
Yes.
things. So Dion was described as a many ladies man, a charmer, and he loved his mommy. And then Davion, they said, was very independent and also a charmer like his twin, but he was quieter than his brother. And they were both thumb suckers.
Rest
So
in heaven on
then
your man.
Little Destiny she was born December 25th, 2003, and she was described as a mini diva. She loved fashion, lip gloss, and she always made sure her hair was done, very outspoken, and would tell you about yourself in a heartbeat. She was the mama of everyone. She was very sweet, loving, and helpful. So I pray they are resting peacefully. Those were oh my God, those babies were so cute
I
and
know,
precious.
right? Yes. Yeah. Damn, man. Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, that's a horrible situation. The detective were wondering if Davon is with Ed since they both were MIA. APB is shared on the local news stations for Davon. Cleveland police called in fugitive task force to U.S. Marshals to find him. They went around to known family members' addresses looking for him. While checking his phone records, they find a call to a woman. They trace her number and find out who she is, and she is immediately picked up and brought down to the station. They get the woman down to the station before they start questioning her. And I'm sure you're wondering who the woman is. It's his ex-wife, Bridget. They asked her what Davon told her when he called. Bridget says, he told me that he shot her. You shot who? Davon told her that I shot Keisha. And Bridget asks, why? And Davon tells her that she kept running her mouth. Now, Bridget said she thought it was a joke and didn't pay him no mind until she saw the news. First of all, bitch, you dumb as fuck. This nigga shot at you, so you know the motherfucker is capable of doing it. And you thought he was playing? Like, seriously?
Don't know. What the equals of people said.
Like, I know you being quiet out of respect for your source and everything, but I'm sorry, not me. Man, I'm just saying.
You heard me promise you was gonna be on your best friend. That's why I'm just sitting here like I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, well, the nigga shot at you? Bitch, I thought you had lung cancer.
That part.
Just
Yeah, we don't. Okay, so I don't. After I got done with this case, I ain't like this. I didn't like this chick. I didn't like her.
I don't like her. I don't like none of this shit. Like, it just is fucking horrible, man. All right, go ahead. Let's get through it.
So they asked Bridget if Davon had ever been violent with her, and that's when she tells him about the charge in 2002 for him firing a gun in the house. So detectives, they ask her if like Davon had asked her for a ride or to meet him, and she says no. And they ask her if she knew where he was, and she's like no. And they like, well, do you know Ed? And she like no. Well, bitch, what the fuck do you know then? Like that's not like no, you don't know shit.
She don't know shit. Don't know nothing.
Yeah, clearly don't know shit. So the detectives told her like, look, they like if we found out you lying, we will bring the entire wrath of God down on you. I was like, oh damn, I got kind of scared. I was like, oh okay, please tell the truth, ma'am.
Yeah.
So Bridget says, and this sentence right here is why I don't like this because this pissed me smooth off. She says, I don't condone this type of behavior. She said that she loved him, but love wasn't going to bring back Keisha or the kids. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, man, I would have smacked the shit out of her and charged her with contempt of court.
I would just get the that pissed me off because what does you love and have to do with, never mind, ma'am. But obviously you didn't give a damn because you sleeping. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm about to get ahead of myself. Hold on. Let me say that sentence for a second. Hold on. So then before she leaves, she drops a bomb and says, by the way, I'm pregnant with his baby.
Bitch.
So, like I was just saying, bitch, apparently you didn't give a fuck because you still sleeping knowing he's married.
I don't condone that type of behavior. Now, I cheat. I fuck with married men, but I don't condone that type of behavior. But I thought he was joking. I mean, granted, he did shoot at me, Like, oh, let me find out who the fuck she is. I want to dog it. Nigga, do you got lung cancer? Is she dead?
Not to my knowledge. I don't know.
We gotta
I didn't even bother to look her up on Facebook because I was just so aggravated. I didn't bother to go look her up. I didn't
I
feel
mean,
like
again,
going
I
on her
don't want
right
nobody
into
to
it.
die, but I'm just trying to find out about the lung. I want to clarify because, niggas be acting real sensitive about certain things I be saying. No, I'm not saying I want her to die. I'm just trying to say, was it true or not that she had lung cancer? Because
Or
he
was he
said
using
it.
it for
Or
sympathy?
was
Just
he? Yes, that's all I'm trying to say. So don't get your panties in a bunch. Know what I'm saying? And think I'm trying to say I want her to die or want it to be true. I'm just trying to see if the nigga or she was lying. That's all. So anyway, next, a call comes in from a cab driver who believes he just dropped Davon off after seeing a picture. They fly through Cleveland to get to man's statement. They like, we got to find out what's going on. The driver says he dropped Davon off on Harvard and takes him to the apartment where he did to drop off. To police and all the other alphabet agencies, the CIA, the FBI, the LAPD, CMHA, all of them.
not CMHA. Shut up.
they ready to set some shit off, right? Know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie. So I will say this about police, man. I don't fuck with police, right? Not all police are bad, but some police officers, it is what it is. But when you do something to a child, they be on it. Like they be on it. Know what I'm saying? They do. So they came out, they like, we about to set some shit off. Come to find out, it wasn't even Devon. The cab driver probably just saw a nigga think we all look alike. Or
He
like
probably
that.
didn't.
Yes. Imagine the nigga who got mistaken for
But did you
Devon.
see him? But did you see him in the episode? Like he was like, I just got home. Like he was like, oh, what happened? He like, I just got here.
Nigga, I know that nigga. I about 3 drops of pee would have came out on me. Like, damn, I need a man pound. Anyway, they get another tip to follow up on. That Devon had been seen near the train tracks near the crime scene. This day they were working hard for their pay because they immediately followed up on that tip. They even had to ghetto bird out looking for the nigga. Like they we about to find him because in their mind they probably thinking like this nigga is a serial murderer. I mean, he killed his whole fucking family. So you know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what else he gonna do. So they're like, we gotta get this nigga off the streets.
Exactly.
And I absolutely agree. So at this point they call in FBI for more backup and they track down Ed's mama. So they need to go and have a chat with her. I'm sure she knew she was on the radar because when they go to her, she tells them off the rip, like, hey, look, my son Ed called around 9:30 and said, Mom, Devon killed his wife, but she didn't know where Ed was either, right? They are still tracking his phone, and it was showing movement on the west side of Cleveland. At the same time, they hear from the coroner's office.
So the coroner tells them that Rose, she suffered 2 gunshot wounds to the head. One was near her hairline, and one to the left of her temple was struck in the front of her brain and exited out the right side. And the gun that was used was either a mid-caliber 9mm or 357. And then Keisha, she sustained 2 gunshot wounds, one to the top of her head, which entered on the left side of her brain and then exited on the left side of her neck. And then the second entered through the top of her head directly behind the first entry point and came out from the base of her scalp. And then it re-entered her body at the right shoulder and fractured her clavicle. And the bullets were the same bullets that they found in Rose. And then all the children were shot once in the head.
That's some hoe shit. I'm sorry. The worst need to happen to this nigga. If I was the police, nigga, fuck a trial. No, you know what? No, fuck that. I wouldn't even do that. I'll let you go. Know what I'm saying? And I'll put you in general population for them boys to mess with you and take your boochie cat every day. That's just me. I'm sorry. Hey, look, you can be mad all you want, Tiffany. Anyway, Ed actually makes his way down to the station because I'm sure he didn't want no smoke and he did not want to be implicated in nothing he did, right? And nothing that the old dude did. He said that he got home around 2 minutes after everything happened. He says he saw Kamar on the porch crying, rolling around, and said she's upstairs dead. Keisha is dead. Ed said he just turned around and left.
Bitch ass.
Bitch, like, what is wrong with these people, man? Like, what the he didn't call 911. The nigga just
You don't
left.
know. You don't know if somebody could have been saved.
Exactly. Your bitch ass just left you another one on my list of niggas that I cannot fuck with, right? They asked him why would he just up and leave knowing that the people are dead. This bitch is nigga, and I'm sorry I've been using the word bitch a lot because this is a hard one for me, y'all. Y'all gotta understand. Y'all gotta bear with me, right? This man said, "That's my best friend in the world." That's fucked up shit right there. Ed was asked if he knew about any potential issues Keisha and Devon had, right? He said nothing worth mentioning. Then this nigga said, and I swear to God, if I ever see this nigga, man, I smack the dog shit out of him. He said, y'all trying to make my nigga look like a monster. I'm not going to add to that. What the fuck do you describe him as then? No,
A
real talk.
monster.
What nigga? You shot 3 kids, three. How many? Yes, two kids,
4. No,
4
4. Because
kids. That had nothing to
children,
do with what y'all were going through, huh?
children at that, and then I mean,
The kids, like I'm saying, you kill innocent kids, nigga. You are a fucking monster, my nigga. You are worse than a monster, my nigga. Like real talk. Fuck it. It is what it is. And Ed, you a bitch ass nigga for even, you know what I'm saying, even making a comment like that, my nigga. Like, why would you even think that would be right? At the end of the day, whatever y'all niggas need to know, I'm about to tell you because I don't condone shit like this. Hell no, you heard the fucking kids, man. If I was a police officer, man, I would smack the shit out of Ed, man. Y'all making my nigga look bad like he a monster. Anyway, so Ed get ruled out as a suspect. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all got to bear with me. This shit is crazy, bro. So Ed, they don't as a suspect. So shit, nigga, I would have framed his ass like they do all the other innocent niggas. That nigga would have got framed when he said that shit. I would have put somehow his fingerprints would have ended on the gun.
they didn't have to. Never mind. So by the next morning, from a tip from a friend of Devon, who said Devon called him a few times from a block number. So the police, they doing their due diligence. They done got the phone records. They done did a trace on the block number, and they found it was tied to a residential address on the Cleveland's west side, which the address turned out to be a cousin of Devon's. Now, by the afternoon, they are on their way to the house where they set up surveillance before they make a move. Before they go in, they start checking around the outside. And we're going to let you actually hear what happens next. Now, I'm going to give you this as a trigger warning because this is very sensitive material, and I do advise that you listen at your own discretion. If you don't want to listen, that is perfectly fine. I'm going to have you skip forward about 15 to 30 seconds and then come back with us.
Who's in there? Who's in your house? Gunshot.
So the gunshot that you heard was Devon taking his own life.
Amen.
According to the police, there was no standoff. He was hiding out in the bathroom, and a female officer walked in and he shot himself. No standoff, no nothing. So the time of death was 4:44 p.m.
That's a good album by Jay-Z, by the way.
That was not appropriate time for that, but
what nigga? I mourn? Am I supposed to weep? I'm supposed to have pity for this nigga? Why the fuck you didn't do that in the first place? Why didn't you just obviously you was mad at the world or what? Nigga, you could have killed yourself in the first place. You killed all these innocent people. Fuck that nigga. I'm sorry, man. Look, we probably gonna end up losing.
You in rare form today. You big man.
Yes. Look, kids, man. Innocent kids. Like, come on, bro. That shit is not cool. Anyway, the body was brought out of the house to bystanders cheering. They get it. The gun that Devon used to kill himself was a 38, and that was not the murder weapon, right? Lamar Arnold, Keisha, and Rose's father was interviewed after the murder, and he said, anger. I don't even have time for anger. Really? I'm worried about my babies, worried about how I'm going to bury my babies. What happened to them? That's a priority. You know, you can't live off anger. Lachea, Rose, her babies, Destiny, Davion were all laid to rest March 14th, 2009 at the Word Church officiated by Reverend Vernon. Right? Devon's funeral was also held that day in a different location. Man,
We keep pushing. We
I'm
ain't
not
gonna touch
saying
that topic
nothing. I'm
today.
done. I'm done.
Okay, I'm like, we're not even gonna touch that topic.
Like, once tested, the 9mm gun that was found at the crime scene the night of the murder was indeed the murder weapon. I would somehow put AS fingerprints on it and got that nigga locked up. The violent parole officer, he had been released from probation in 2008, commented on everything and said he paid several urine tests for drugs, paid the child support, and had a full-time job. No issues with the law. Real quick, did your anonymous source or whoever, did the nigga have mental problems? Did you ask? Like,
no, but she said that he did have like a pretty rough upbringing. Hold on, because I still have the notes right here. No, nothing specific nothing specific. No. Mm-mm.
Wow. So Mayor Frank Jackson commented and said, anytime there's a loss of life, particularly in a senseless way, we all grieve over that. But this one was particularly bad because they were children. And I agree with him, man. That's the reason I'm so passionate and so obsessed. So again, I hope if I offended somebody by that, I cannot apologize for my passion. I mean, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. This was a very tough case to cover because, again, it was innocent individuals, but innocent children involved. And Mayor Frank Jackson, he needs to shut his corny ass up with your bad ass grandkids. Remember how fucked up them niggas was? How they were just terrorizing Cleveland, and he would keep justifying the shit they was doing. Matter of fact, I think his grandson got killed.
Yes.
Yeah, his one grandson got killed. Yeah, remember the grandson? So the car that was used to murder somebody, which was his grandson's, somehow end up getting burnt and torched. He said, "Oh, it got stolen." Like, this nigga was bad as hell, man. That nigga had some bad ass grandkids. I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, I believe that we mentioned that their daughter Layla, the baby that was born in December, was unharmed. Thank you, Jesus. And she's in the custody of her granddad, which is Keisha's father.
So now the only ones that were there are the only ones who truly know what happened. And the situation, like we said, is beyond unfortunate. But our source was able to give us a little bit of insight from what they were told by Davon after everything went down. And again, I say allegedly because I don't know. I wasn't there, and I'm just repeating information that was given to me. I would make sure y'all know that. So don't come for me. So what I was told was that he and Keisha were arguing, and she confronted him about getting another woman pregnant. Remember, we said his ex-wife Bridget told the police that she was pregnant with his baby? Right. So allegedly, Keisha had a gun out, and she was threatening him that she was going to leave and she was taking the baby. So allegedly, Davon took the gun from her and just started shooting. He said that he blacked out and he didn't see any faces. And the last words that he spoke to our source was, quote, "I love you, all right, but you'll never see me again, all right." So maybe he knew he was going to commit suicide, but we will never know. And that baby that Bridget said was his baby.
You are not the father.
Yeah.
Damn. Bridget, you ain't shit. Davon, you ain't shit. And you ain't shit. I didn't want to throw that out there. Y'all niggas ain't shit. Know what I'm saying? Real talk.
And rest in peace to the victims, those poor babies.
No, man. Yes, rest in heaven, man. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, this was a tough one, man. Like, yeah, it was a definitely tough one, man. So that was the case of bitch ass Davon and Lechea Crawford. Anyway, on to our favorite. How did you make a segue?
I don't know. That's what I was wondering how you were going to do that. I started thinking, but I didn't know how to.
Man.
There was no good way to make it.
Ain't no good way to make it thing. But yes, right. But I mean, look, the nigga ain't around to terrorize nobody, so that's something good came out of it. So yes, we are about to go to my favorite segment, our only segment, that I love so much, called
Love, Lies, and Alibis.
Okay. So what do we have? You picked this one, right? Yeah, you're the one who did this one, right?
Yeah, last week you had the whole group in the uproar over here.
What did I ask last week? I forget.
You asked about the threesomes, so and had the whole group in the uproar last week. They was over there.
Yeah, we found out there's some women. Hey, look, it's some freaks, man. Like, y'all some freaks. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, y'all some freaks. All right, so what's the question?
So I was trying to let you finish. You looked like you was having a moment, so I was just trying to let you finish.
Oh, okay.
So the question was, this is the scenario. You're in a relationship or situationship, and the woman, she ends up pregnant. Now, the father, he doesn't want the baby, and he asks the woman to terminate the pregnancy, but the woman is against termination. So it's a two-part question. And part one is, should the father have a say-so in whether she should keep the baby or not keep the baby? And part two is, if the woman does keep the child, should the father pay child support and or have visitation?
Man, that's a tough one though. All right, so I'll say this, right? Niggas just need to be careful because usually, do shit like that happen? Yes, but you know when this shit's be really happening with these dumbass basketball player, football player, rappers, y'all niggas really be just shooting the club up and all these brawls. Like this shit is so crazy to me. Like the one chick, she got a baby back.
That's where I got the question from, because it's been trending that whoever the people is,
who got the baby back, Future.
No, okay, now that's Joy. That's
you talk about the
that's
one that
Awa's baby mama, and she's Future's baby mama, and now she's pregnant with another NBA player's baby or NFL.
Yes,
But no, the question came from, it's an NFL player, and he just had a baby with this chick, and he just gave up his rights to the baby. She was trying to get child support, and the judge actually denied her child support motion, and he gave up his rights. So because he said he didn't want to see the kid, he didn't want nothing to do with the kid, and
because it takes two to tango. So that's a tough subject because you got some women,
that's not just that's a real life scenario.
No, you're right. No, that's
So what do you think?
I don't know. It's a tough one though, because if it's a situation where we're engaging in intercourse and I don't know, I'll pull out and maybe or the condom busted, you get pregnant, and I'm like, no, and you're saying yes, I kind of get that. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all just raw dogging or whatever the case may be and just reckless with it, then no. But how do you prove that? So I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I'm gonna be honest with you, nigga. That's why y'all nigga do like me, get clipped. Nigga, no, so shoot the club up, won't have no bodies. You, your silence today. That's all I'm saying, man. I ain't got to worry about shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no bitch gonna pull a fair one on me. No. Oh.
Then it's a good thing you did. Your track record ain't looking too hot. So, it's a good thing you did get clipped. Okay, so so since we're having transparency, this was actually a situation that happened to me. Now, I will say this, at the time I was on birth control.
All right, so what about you? What you think?
Okay, well, since we're having transparent moments or whatever over here.
Oh, okay, about time. You about to let the world know. I tell all my business.
So, this actually was a situation that happened to me. With my youngest son. We were in a full-blown relationship. Before this even happened, we had a conversation about, what would happen, like, are you interested in expanding your family? And I was kind of on the fence. I was like, I don't know, maybe not. And he was saying the same thing, and I'm like, okay. So we had that conversation. It was almost a year later, I pop up pregnant. Now, mind you, at the time I was on birth control, but for some reason, me and birth control have always had like an issue. Like I have a running history of issues with birth control. After like 6 months, my body starts rejecting it and all type of shit starts happening. So anyway,
goddamn muted.
I know, it's weird. So got pregnant and I'm the first, like when I tell you, like, this nigga fucking flipped the entire script on my life. Like, he was such a, like I said, that's why I would say he was an authorized representative. Like, for when things were good, he was one way, and then like when I tell you, like, I got pregnant and it was just like that nigga told me I was ruining his life. He did not want any more kids. I was gonna ruin his parents' life because his parents were too old to have more grandkids. And I was
what? I didn't know this. Oh, I did know this. Damn.
Yeah, so And my stance, and he was like, he's like, get an abortion. And I was like, absolutely not. And the reason for me saying no was because I had been through that. It's mentally, it's not just it's more than just getting abortions. And I was just like, I always told myself I would never in life do that again. It was nothing I'm proud of. It's nothing that I would like I didn't even want to do it at the time, but things happen, you learn and you grow. And I told him, I said, you know what? You feel like I'm ruining your life. I will remove myself from this situation. You do not have to, you don't have to sign a birth certificate. You don't have to do anything. You don't want to be around. That's on you. I was like, I'm a Black woman. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna throw this on my back and keep it pushing. So if you want to be involved, you don't want to be involved, that's perfectly fine. I'll do what I gotta do. I won't claim you. I won't do anything. I don't need your money. Because then, like, I remember, like, his mom tried to tell me I trapped him, and I was like, how did I trap him? And he keep claiming I make more money than him. Trap him for what?
Man, sometimes mamas need to shut the fuck up. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes mamas like,
I make
your...
more than your
Yo,
son.
nigga, ain't nobody trying to trap that ugly ass nigga.
Yeah. And like I said, and I mean, like, during my entire pregnancy, like, he came, I think he ended up coming to one appointment.
Yeah, he was a
and
bit. He was a sucker when you was pregnant, man. I ain't gonna lie.
He did not speak to me. He didn't.
Remember you wanted something to eat or something?
Yeah, I remember I needed something to eat. And I had just had like dental surgery, and I couldn't. Like, he was the only one around, and he was like, "No, I'm not bringing you nothing." And I was like, "All right." I was like, "Well, I tried. I'm done." He didn't come back around until I found out what I was having a boy. I didn't even tell him because he told me he didn't want to be involved, so I didn't say anything. One of our mutual friends went back and told him, and then he wanted to come around, and then he got mad at me again because I refused to name my son. First of all, the name was ugly, but the name, he wanted me to name my son after what he told me him and his ex-wife were going to name their son if they had a boy.
My God, man.
Absolutely
this
not.
Nigga.
I'm not naming my kid that. I don't even like the name. So no, I'm not naming my kid that. And again, he didn't speak to me for another 3 months. He made me reschedule my baby shower for a kid that he supposedly didn't want. And I went into labor like a week later because I was early. That nigga, he had to take me to the hospital. Like, you would have thought it was like the worst day of his life. Like, he was so mean to me, but I had no other way to get to the hospital. And when I tell you, that man did not speak to me. Like, we were there. I got there that night. I ended up getting induced the next, like, almost 24 hours later. That man did not speak to me. He asked me one time if I wanted something to eat, and that was the first and last time he fed me my entire pregnancy.
That nigga.
And like, I went through, my mother was there when I had the baby, but he did not, when I tell you that nigga didn't speak, he didn't say shit.
Nigga be killing me like, you're gonna ruin my life. Nigga, you shot, like, come on. Like anyway, so
yeah, so
we gonna read some of the comments that you guys wrote. So I'll go first. And I'll get her. Lachea Tate, nigga, is she French or something?
Nigga.
Lashante. Is that it? Lashante? That's what she trying to say?
Okay. Yeah, it looks like Lashante. Yes, go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
So she said yes. The father should have a say so, and that should be choosing to wear a condom. I agree.
I agree with that.
Outside of that, no. People talk about abortion like it's just something so simple, but it takes a toll on you physically and emotionally. I agree with that. It takes two to tango. Yes, he needs to be responsible for child support. Adults know what comes with unprotected sex. If you know you're not ready, wrap it up. Birth control, vasectomy.
Okay, so then Alexis says, I get that it takes two to tango and whatnot, but people slip up and make mistakes. I'm not saying that babies are mistakes, but if he's telling you off the rip that he doesn't want it and is offering a quote solution to his mistake or whatever, I think she should be prepared to be a single mom. And I don't believe he should pay child support. If anything, he needs to cut all contact, and once the baby arrives, take his behind down to the courthouse or to surrender his parental rights.
I get that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's the case. Niggas say that. Niggas always say that. It is. It really is. Yes.
Right or
now,
wrong
if it's a serious situation, if you being honest for women, if y'all being honest with yourself, and he was engaged, y'all engaged, and he was wearing a condom, like he was doing everything he could, told you he didn't want kids, everything, and you end up pregnant, and then it should be a situation where you be like, okay, he didn't want it, this happened, or whatever, we both adults, and then, you know what I'm saying, look, you're a single mother now. Lily said, Lily Pucha. Wow, god damn these
Just say
names.
the first. You
If
don't have
I
to do all
choose
this.
to
Just the
stick
first
with,
name. Jeez.
if I
Ah.
choose to stick with my beliefs and keep a child the father doesn't want, then I would need to be prepared for however the situation turns out. Okay.
Okay, so Zena says A, as Glorilla say, if he don't want the baby, then B, don't keep it. But yes, he should have a say. It's half his baby, and he's telling you from the jump, I'm not going to be financially or emotionally responsible. And B, if I as a woman choose to keep the baby and he wants to have visitation, who am I to keep my baby away from him? By all means, come visit, keep love on your baby. And if the baby is here, he probably will have to pay child support. I think the woman should be prepared either way to raise a baby alone, knowing he has told you he don't want no baby.
Terry Love, being a single mother who did not keep one of her kids due to the father freezing up about pregnancy, it's her choice. But if he doesn't want it and you keep it, you should be responsible. But make it clear to him that he doesn't get the choice to choose when he wants to be the father. I didn't have to deal with my sperm donors, so I literally don't know how to co-parent. And if he doesn't want it, don't continue to be with him. Cut him off completely.
Yes. So, yeah, I mean, like I say, I don't really think there's a right or wrong answer because it's such a sticky situation. And yeah, I just don't think there's any right or wrong answer. Like, to a certain extent, I do feel like it does take two to tango. You can't get a baby without one or the other. And to a certain extent, no, it's not necessarily fair for the mother to have to take care of the child all on her own that she did not help create. But at the same time,
She
I don't know.
did help create. What you talking
I'm
about?
just saying, but she didn't create the baby by herself. That's the thing.
Oh.
I said, but it's such a sticky situation.
It is. I mean, it truthfully is.
And,
Like I
and I mean, and
said.
I feel like a lot, like not even, I won't even say this, some women have babies to try and keep a man.
Yes, the basketball.
From the beginning of time, a baby ain't gonna keep no man. That I don't know
Hell
why,
no.
like that memo has been missing from
Nigga,
people.
I ain't with none of my baby mamas. I ain't with none
Anyway,
of my baby
a
mamas.
baby ain't gonna keep no man. So that needs to be put into perspective. And like I said, it's women who are out here knowingly trapping men, and that's not cool either. Like that, like it should be some type of law against that or something, because like that's not fair to try and trap somebody. Because I'm getting sick of seeing these professional baby mamas. That's what I call them. Like you're
No,
purposely
real
going
talk. Yeah.
after these men
But
to
look,
secure a
but
paycheck.
look, let me tell you, even in that situation, I don't blame. I ain't knocking her. She using her coochie to make money. That's what you do. That's fine. It's the niggas. That's y'all dumbass fault. Y'all keep on messing. Like I'm talking about the professional baby mamas, like the one who got baby by Future, Bow Wow, and now old dude. You already know what it is. If you choose to do that, then that's your dumbass fault. Like real talk. Even the basketball players to be messing around with these, you know what I'm saying, like the video vixens or the IG, like you already know what it is. Nigga, half of them don't want you for you. They want you for what you can give to them and provide. So, a baby is that's residual income for women.
Mm-hmm. For those women who have that mindset, yeah. And I'm like, I don't. Yeah, I can't relate to that.
Yep.
So anyway, all right. Well,
all right. That's the end. That's the end, right?
Yes, that is the end of Love, Lies, and Alibis.
All right.
So,
Get a vasectomy.
Okay, our weekly wrap up. Before you guys go, this is probably the most important thing. I already put it in the group, but it is official. Our 1 year anniversary. We are having a huge picnic, and we want everyone to attend. It is going to be here in Cleveland, and if you are not in the discussion group, that is where the details are posted. It's going to be July 12th. And we're going to post the details on our social media pages. We would love to see you there. And guess who is going to be our special guest?
Me. I'm going to be our special guest. Oh.
Yeah, no, no.
I'm sorry. Who's our special guest?
Kay from the Infamous Ones is going to be our special guest. So if you can't meet us in Atlanta, because we will be in Atlanta with Kay at her meet and greet on June 14th, you can join us in Cleveland on July 12th. And we'll all be there then too.
Man, why do Biggie Small daughter like Quagmire?
We're not going to discuss that, okay? We'll talk about that later.
Okay,
so anyway,
sorry.
moving on. So just make sure, and like I said, this is gonna be a completely free event. We're gonna have food, we're gonna have drinks. We are just really here to
We about to
celebrate
kick it.
our
Look,
yes.
fuck all what she's saying, cause she ain't. Look, we about to kick it. Know what I'm saying? We about to have a good ass time. We gonna try to do something Friday beforehand, and for people that's coming in Friday, or the people that's also in town, like a meet and greet type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like pregame. Saturday today kicking it, and Sunday y'all gotta get the hell out of here.
Y'all are so rude. So anyway, like I said, everything is gonna be a free event. It is gonna be a family friendly event. So if you need to bring your kids, that is perfectly fine. Go ahead and talk about Khadijah.
Yes, Khadijah. I told you we got back in contact with her. I thought she was done with me. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't the case. She was on not lockdown, but
Lockdown,
they restricted
restriction,
her
whatever.
phone
Yeah.
for 2 months or whatever. But yeah, we talked to her. We actually, I mean, look, you already know what it is. I'm gonna make this real quick. Check out episode 9. And also we just got in contact with her. So that's we did a live. So actually go on the live if you are in the
In the
discussion
group.
group. In the
Mhm.
discussion group, we just hit a live where we talked to her. I mean, everything is right there. I don't have to repeat myself. You guys know what we about when it comes down to Khadijah. So just make sure that you listen to episode 9, listen to the live. And there we go.
All right. So from there, just make sure that you are leaving a 5-star review wherever you can. We appreciate it. And make sure that you're sharing this with your friends. Like, we are so excited. Like, our streams, like, I'm not even exaggerating, from December to we're in March. Our streams,
They
like, it's
I mean,
been like, it was
jeez.
like literally a 500% jump. Like, that's insane in 4 months. So we appreciate y'all. We thank y'all so much for sharing. Like, we cannot be more thankful. That's all I'm gonna say. We cannot be more thankful. So I am so thankful, and we have to thank y'all. Like, thank you for rocking with us and dealing with that man's craziness over there. I be trying. I don't know what to do
I
with
know,
him.
man. Look, we appreciate y'all real talk. Also, if you gonna get look, if y'all if I said this on the live, if you guys recommend a case, and the case is involving a family member, a friend, or a cousin, or a play cousin, or an ex-lover, and there's still some type of emotional feeling for it, you cannot expect me, know what I'm saying, to hold back or reserve myself to protect your feelings. I am not gonna do that. If they're the victims, yeah, of course, yes, yes. You know what I'm saying? But if it's the culprit, if it's the Bridgets of the world or the Eds of the world, I'm gonna talk my shit. You know what I'm saying? So just give you a heads up.
That. But of course, like I say, we really appreciate y'all sending us case suggestions. Keep them coming, because y'all have been sending us a lot, and I promise I'm going to get to every single one. Like, our list of cases is crazy. So I'm like trying to pick out the ones, and then, like, if I know like another podcast like just covered that case, I'm not gonna do it. So, if I happen to hear it now, I know there have been times where we like, as I know one week, we did, I think it was like Carla Hughes. It was like 3 podcasts that covered that case all in this at this. We all like posted on like the same day. I mean, I don't know what to do about that, but like I say, I try and find cases that haven't been talked about or done recently. So like I said, just bear with us because we have a very long list, but we're gonna get through everybody. We're gonna get to everybody. And some of the cases that were sent to us, they're still waiting. Some people haven't been sentenced yet, so I'm keeping an eye out on the sentencing dates and things of that nature. So yeah, just keep the case suggestions coming. And just make sure you're following us on all social media platforms. That's the best way to connect with us. We always answer messages, but in the discussion group, Love, Lies, and Alibis, if you want to come join in on the further shenanigans, that is where it all goes down.
Exactly.
So join us over there on Facebook. Just make sure that you answer the questions over there, or I will not let you in. Willie nice, I'm not.
The
Answer the
first
question.
question is I mess up names. That's the hard. That's the one. Answer the question. What do I mess up? I mess up people's names. There you go. And the other 2 are very easy. So there you go. I just gave you guys the answer.
So all that's that. So we hope that you enjoyed the case. Please chime in and let us know what you think, whether you leave it as a comment or a review, or if you let us know in the discussion group. We love to hear your thoughts. And we love to just interact with you guys. So we appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
And that's all I got.
that's it. Well, go ahead and lead us out.
All right, so just remember that love should not come with a life sentence, and make sure you choose freedom and not felonies, and we will holler at y'all next week.
Take it easy.